Sean O'Malley reveals factor that has made UFC 324 return feel different to all of his other fights. Sean O'Malley's next fight is massively important to him for several reasons. O'Malley has admitted that he can't predict what he'll do in the future regarding how long he wants to continue competing inside the octagon. The former UFC bantamweight champion is looking to pick up his first win since last March when he returns later this month at UFC 324. Even more stakes were placed on his matchup on January 24 following the final PPV event of 2025, with O'Malley targeting a rematch with Perrier now that his former foe is the champion. One of the top stars on the promotion's roster recently explained how his next bout will be different from any of his other previous contests. Sean O'Malley speaks about his daughter being in attendance for one of his fights for the first time. Sean O'Malley joked that he's fallen off after finding out his placement on the bout order for the first UFC event of 2026. While his clash with Song Yadong is a chance for him to bounce back in a big way, it's also a huge opportunity for his opponent to secure his best win to date. O'Malley seemingly invited more pressure with his antics when facing off with his opponent following a respectful build to the fight. Sean O'Malley disregards his back-to-back losses as tough matchups. Heading into his second title defense at UFC 306, Sean O'Malley was on an impressive run of performances. He spoke in his training video about reminding people of that version of himself on his return at UFC 324. While he suffered consecutive losses, they're both to the same opponent, with Merab Dvalishvili, as O'Malley points out, being a difficult style clash for him. That guy's still here. That guy's showing up January 24, he said during the video. The last two fights against Merab, hard matchup for me. Stylistically tough matchups. I'll get that one back someday. Dana White confirms Israel Adesanya's UFC return against divisive contender after year out of action. Dana White took to Instagram for one of his famous live streams tonight to confirm one of the biggest comebacks of 2026. The UFC boss is known for getting on social media, hours after initially announcing he'll do it, and announcing big fights. Tonight was the turn of Israel Adesanya, who has been out of action since February of last year. Former middleweight champion Adesanya is on a 3-fight losing skid as it stands, and takes on his first opponent from outside the top 10 in years as the main event of UFC Seattle. The co-main event was also confirmed. Dana White confirms Israel Adesanya vs. Joe Pyfer for UFC Seattle. After losing to Nasruddin Imavov in Saudi Arabia last February to bring his losing streak to 3, Israel Adesanya opted to take some time away from the cage. Now, he is coming back with a vengeance against the divisive number 15 contender Joe Pyfer. Dana White confirmed that the fight will take place on March 28 at Seattle's Climate Pledge Arena in an Instagram live stream. He also confirmed a rematch between Alexa Grasso and Macy Barber for the co-main event. The event sees the UFC return to the Washington venue for the first time since last year. Back then, fans were robbed of a true finish in the main event as Henry Cejudo and Song Yadong's battle ended in an eye poke that saw Yadong gifted a hollow technical decision victory. Israel Adesanya and Joe Pyfer react to fight news. Israel Adesanya shared a hype video for the fight, with a brief tweet that read, "AAS, here we go again." Pyfer was more verbose in his first statement, writing on Instagram, "I'm blessed for the opportunity against one of the greatest middleweights of all time. Little Joey P is on his way. Hard F.ing work incoming. Self-belief and faith can pull any man out of a dark time. Let's go get this S.F.ing Joe Bodybags Pyfer. What a life."